Hello, my name is Jim Mullaney from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Thursday, November 5th, 2015. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a Semitool 870S double stack spin rinse dryer. We do not give the name of our customers out on our videos because these are uploaded to our website. Let me make this a little bit higher for you. However, this customer is located in Massachusetts and their purchase order is 000-103-7194 for reference. I'll review the configuration of this system first before I walk over and start showing to you. This system is an 870S with quick disconnect rotors. It has the anti-static module. It has both 4-inch and 6-inch rotors, and I'll read those in a second. It also has the fire retardant 4910 compatible outer skins, all made brand new. And this system actually, Sitek will be coming out very shortly. It's already in beta test, our PLC replacement controller. This system is going to have a free PLC upgrade in the field in Q1 in replacement of the one-in-one controllers. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. So let me go ahead and review some stuff. And the serial number for reference is SRD-00837. On the back of the system here, we have a serial tag. It has the SRD number. It gives you the date of manufacturing. We use the month of manufacturing. It has our URL for service and spares to contact Sitek Process Solutions. The options on this system was the anti-static module. Let me look for the anti-static probes. Okay. And I can see the probes there. The probes are protrude through the bowl at approximately 11 o'clock. And I see them there. Why I'm here? This system is set up for the Integris A194 60MB cassette, 0 to 25. What I'll be doing is running the system with 25 wafers, as you can see now. It's a full cassette. Then I'll also do a second run with just one wafer to show you nobody runs 0 because you want to have one wafer in your cassette, otherwise you don't need to run it. So we really run 1 to 25, not 0 to 25, because you don't process 0 wafers. And then here, on the 4-inch, this is Integris A182 39M. Again, this has a full cassette, but I'll also put a single cassette. I'll also, let me see how well I can zoom in for you on this, because this is kind of important for the customer. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to go up higher. The customer had a concern, which is a valid concern. The traditional Semitool rotor uses Teflon retaining rods like that. You notice how these are round? These are for the wafer. The customer specifically asked for the rectangle retaining bars, as you'll notice we have them here and down at the bottom. The curvature radius equals what a wafer is. They found that these, for their customer, tend to work better than round ones. There's less maintenance on that, and they asked us to put those on. Also, for reference, this is a repeat customer. Let me go ahead and stand back out. Alrighty. Let me go back down. Again, this is a repeat customer. They've already purchased multiple Semitool spin rinse dryers from us. They also purchased an HTC 8030 box washer for cleaning cassettes, which we're in the final stages of manufacturing right now. We expect that system to be done for the customer in about a week or so. So, for the process, we use a traditional process here. I'll see what we have programmed in. We do sometimes a little bit faster than normal because we want to actuate the valves, the door seals, the Humphrey, the solenoids, the rotor stop positioners, etc. as many times as we can. During our final test video, we tend to go a more traditional process. We're just doing the 30-second rinse. The purge is 10 seconds. The purge is to blow the air, the water out of the water lines so it doesn't drip back into in the dry. You have dry 1, which is the traditional high RPM Semitool, 90 seconds at 1800 RPM. And dry 2, which is 210 seconds at 500 RPM. That's kind of a typical process recipe. There's been lots of studies at Semitool that showed that if you can minimize your high RPM spinning, you'll always get better particle counts. So it's been like that for 20 years. It's been known technology, and we follow the same rules. I'll go through the refurbishment program after I'm running the tool, because once we start the process, there's not much really to do but to watch it, so I'll then explain on the video what we do. So, traditionally, you take your cassette, you load it in from a wet sink, and you hit start. And for the bottom, I'll do the same thing. You have your cassette, load it in, and hit start. So now we're just going to watch these process. As I discussed, this is brand new skins. This is 4910 compliant skins for fire retardant for factory mutual insurance. In the back here we have our bulkhead fittings for the DI and N2 in. We have our power cords coming out. Alrighty, so now we're in the purge cycle, which I explained in a second. Now we're going to wrap up the high RPM. And there we go, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800. And you'll notice in a couple seconds the bottom one will do the same thing. And there we go. And 15, there we go, 1800. Alright, so now you really just kind of watch them run. But what I can tell you, our refurbishment process is, we take the systems totally out of the system. We clean the frame and poly. In this case, we put brand new poly. We chemically clean the frame. We chemically clean and send out the stainless steel parts that's needed for electropolishing. We reprocess the bowl. We go ahead and we break the system down to the smaller than the parts level. We rebuild the valves. We check all the Humphrey valves. We rebuild the RSP, which is the rotor stop positioner. We go through the tool completely. We do give the customers a complete remanufacturing report that before when orders are placed, what we do, so they can see that. The systems are then built up in dry test. Our quality control is once it's built in dry test, and there's another technician that must do a quality control sign-off sheet. If there's any issues found, the technician reworks the tool until it is signed off 100% in dry test. It's then brought here into wet test, where the same program happens. When it's brought into wet test, it's a little bit different. They're brought into the head assembly only on carts, and all the wet testing's done then they're configured into the double stack configuration at the end of the process. But again, we do the same quality control where there's a technician that has to sign off that the wet testing has been completed. After that, the heads are given to our quality control operations manager. He does his quality checks on them. Once the system is configured in its double stack configuration, we run another 50 process runs to ensure no failures. If there's any failures at all, because you are working with a refurbished tool, a valve might stick, and so forth, that repair is done, and we start the 50 count all over again. So you can say we have a very in-depth quality control and very in-depth remanufacturing process. We'll talk about some other stuff we do, but while we're kind of waiting here, you'll notice next door to it, we do a lot of other tools. There's a metrology tool, a DECTAC 3030 that we sold to a major university here in California. We're just finishing the calibration of that, and that will be shipping out tomorrow. Once I talk about our company in a little bit more detail in a second, I'll talk about the other things we do. So again, you can see the machines run very nicely. We have our tag at the top and our tag at the bottom. It gives the smaller tag gives our URL for sitekprocess.com, and the bottom tag down here actually has a URL plus our phone number for reference. This is where it kind of gets boring. So we have about another 100 seconds to go, about a minute and a half. What I'll do is when I start the next process, to try to streamline things, I already have the other cassettes prepped. Instead of having to transfer the wafers and then reload the other cassettes, we have lots of spare cassettes at our facility. We do, and we'll talk in a second, a lot of rinser dryers. There's always rinser dryers in final test. We are the U.S. leader in remanufactured Semitool spin-inch dryers and on second source parts of all brand new parts. But we'll talk about that in a second. So about a minute to go. Okay, so what's going to happen is we have about 45 seconds left. At the end of the process, the rotor starts to spin down. When it spins down and hits 70 RPM, the RSP, which is called the rotor stop positioner, we refer to it as an RSP. It's a cylinder back here, it's on the back plate. It has a bearing on the end. The piston shoots out. It rolls against the cam assembly. When it finds the flat, it stops it, and that's what uprights the position. We call it the home position, 12 o'clock. You'll see that in a second, and you'll see the rotor spin, and it homes it to be 12 o'clock where the wafers are perfectly straight. This system has tach sensors and rotor stop position sensors in the back if you'd have an error, if you had a tach error, or if you had a rotor that doesn't upright correctly. And actually, I'll show you that after in a second. Okay, it's ramping down. I just heard the RSP fire. You'll see it center up now, and the door released in a couple seconds. I just heard the door release. Oh, there it is right there. That was the RSP. So, what I like to do first, always like to feel the hot end too. Yep, nice and warm. And then I like to look at the substrates and wafers. They look great. Let me put this cassette down. Let's do the same thing for the bottom rinser dryer at this point. Hot end too, nice. Wafers look good. Actually, I'll kind of walk up to show you the quality. As you can see, we've reprocessed the bowl. The rotor looks fantastic. Everything looks nice. All right, I'll back it up now. Alrighty. So, and come down a tiny bit. Oops, wrong way. Alright, I'll go ahead and get my 6-inch set with now a single wafer. Load it in. Start it. And let me get my cassette with my single 4-inch. Okay, as you can see, a single 4-inch inside the cassette. You'll notice I didn't change the process, I didn't change anything, all I did was change the wafer count. You see the water's rinsing very well, you can see through the thing. Look at the drain looks good. We do have the DI and the N2 marked on the back, so there's no question about the bulkhead fittings. Okay, ramp it up nicely. And you're going to have the bottom one in a second. You can see how the high RPM is now on the top. Okay, so while we're in our dry 1 and dry 2, because we have about 300 seconds here, I'll give you a little review about our company. Sitek Process Solutions, again, we are the U.S. leader in remanufactured Semitool spin rinse dryers. We've done over 1,000 systems completely remanufactured. In our remanufacturing process, if you take the sides open, besides what I talked about what we do, we label all of the lines, all of the pneumatic lines, we label all of the cylinders, we label all of the Humphrey valves, we label all of the electrical lines, so it's made for troubleshooting very easy. We also use color-coded pneumatic lines versus one color, which was clear in the past with Semitool. We use multiple color ones, so then you can trace your color, your green, your blue, your red, your black, so forth. It makes it very easy for troubleshooting. As I talked about, we are the U.S. leaders. We do offer 100% spare parts support for this tool for brand new parts. We have a U.S. lowest price guarantee. If anybody ever beats our price on a spare part, we'll match our competitor's price plus give a 10% discount. We feel very comfortable with our pricing, so we are the leader on that. Besides doing Semitool spin rinse dryers, we do an array of other wafer fab front end products. Even though the rinser dryers is our majority company shareholder of our business, we do metrology tools, which you just saw. We do a 10-core particle counter. We do the Integris box washers. We do quite a lot of those, actually. We are the U.S. leader in those, too. We do about 6 a year. We do Gasonics etchers. We're finishing up a Gasonics etcher, which will be videotaping tomorrow, an OR 1000. We do 10-core particle counters. We do a lot of photoresist pumps, a lot of the IDI 400, 450s, the high viscosity, a lot of millipore. We do a range of metrology tools. You saw the deck tack there, but we do the nanometrics, film measurement systems. We do lipsometry equipment. We have a full line of high and low power microscopes. The high power, your traditional Nikon, lights, Leica, etc. They're on our website. We have our own line of brand new stereo zoom, new microscopes. It's also on our website. Talking about our website, if you go to www.sitekprocess.com, which is spelled SITEKPROCESS.com, you'll see on the left-hand side we have a lot of buttons you can push. The first 7 buttons are all Semitool related. The Semitool has multiple versions. This is the S model. There also is an F model, and Frank, and an ST, the older system, which we still remanufacture to like new condition. We also have a button for all the spare parts for each version, and we also have a link for our Semitool spray acid tool and SST solvent tool systems. But you'll also see links on film measurement systems, microscopes, metrology, ashers, etchers. We do a lot of Branson equipment. So you'll see we have a wide range of wafer fab process equipment. All of our engineers and technicians basically have came out of wafer fabs. That's how they, unfortunately, to work on legacy equipment, you have to have engineers that have been in the fab and know what the tools do. So what we're going to do is, this, we've got about a minute left, 80 seconds to 95 seconds. At the end of this video, it is digitized and uploaded to our website. We send a link to our customer. Again, that's why we don't put their name on it. We only have their purchase order number. They can play this video on any computer or any device they have. They can then send us the authorization to go ahead and crate it and package it. We assume it will be authorized tomorrow. It's very rare, almost in fact never, I would say, 1 out of 1,000 times, that a customer doesn't accept our videos, because we wouldn't be doing the videos if the tool isn't ready to ship. And if everything goes well, we'll have this tool crated and off to the customer on the East Coast early next week or mid next week, depending on their schedule on getting back to us and the shipping arrangements being made. So now we're about 35 seconds again. I already explained at the end of the process the rotor spins down, and again the rotor stop positioner back here will fire, and you'll hear it fire. You can't really though, and I'll hear the door release. Same thing on the bottom. I'll check this one wafer, but I know it's going to be dry because 25 are dry, and less wafers dry better than more wafers because there's less media. There's less media. There's less of an issue of something not drying. Alright, and we're down to 0. You'll see it spins down, and at 70, I just heard it fire. You see it upright in the home position. Yeah, the door just released. I heard the door release. Take it out. Heat up the hot end too, of course. Yes. Look for the substrate. Nice and warm to set. Looks nice and dry. Looks great. The bottom system. Again, hot end too. Looks good. Nice and dry. Looks good. One thing I talked to you about before is when we have the RSP against the cam, but you can actually move the rotor because you'll see rotor up failure. This is because the sensor in the back does not see the rotor up at the home position in the slot. I let it go back, and it'll go back to home position, and you'll see that error goes away. And actually, more quickly, oh yeah, there you go, that's it. So that should give you an idea. So this will conclude my source inspection for the customer of a Semitool 870S fully remanufactured Semitool spin rinse dryer. Again, it's configured for both 100mm/4" and 150mm/6" substrates. We feel this system's in excellent shape. It's gone through our complete remanufacturing process. And what we talked about, we're in final beta test of our Sitek is coming out with a PLC. It actually uses the same footprint box as the 101 controller. The screen's approximately this big. We're running it on test machines for the last 60 days. We're in our 90-day burn-in cycle. This customer, part of this transaction, we're going to be sending them 2 free upgraded PLCs, and they're going to send the 101s back. We are doing that to new customers now, trying to have more and more of our PLCs get out in the market in 2016, which we think will be a fantastic year for our company and our Semitool spin rinse dryers. If there's any questions, my name again is Jim Mullaney from Sitek Process Solutions. Our number here is 916 797-9000. You can ask for anyone in our sales organization and they can review this, any questions about this tool. So that will conclude this video. Thank you and have a very nice day.